What's up, party people? It's Keys Dan with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous. It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time. DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you can have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let's rock this joint. Speaking of rocking, today on the program, I have the members of Pain Was Left For Me. Who's that? Who's that, you say? Well, if you don't know by now, you're going to find out in the next few minutes, so stick around. Pain Was Left For Me. This week's shows, I have one public show this weekend. Friday night, I'll be at the Rab, my regular Friday night gig. It's the Video Dance Party Karaoke Jam. Yeah, I said karaoke. You're the stars of the show. We got the stage set up just for you. That's right. It's a little concert going on, starring each and every one of you. They got a full bar, kitchens open, pool tables, pool tournament on Friday nights. So if you want to try to make some money playing pool, I encourage you to check out the pool tournament at the Rab on Friday night, Conway, Arkansas. Yeah, you heard me. And then you could sing a song right next to yours truly, Keys Dan. That's from 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the AM. And then this weekend, well, you know, I got a wedding, I think, on Saturday, and I'm so happy that weddings are back. But unless you're invited, you cannot come. So there. All right, let's get into it with the members of Pain Was Left For Me. Orvada Tremayne, Keith Candler, and Fred Oakes. Skyping Pain Was Left For Me now. And that's 3. All right. Hey, if you can turn your phone sideways, it'll fit into my broadcast software real good.
I'm out actually walking my dog here.
Oh, okay. I mean, you want us to wait for a time when you can pay attention?
I'm good.
No, okay. If you could just set it down and turn it sideways, or are you okay? All right.
Second, we're getting back inside.
All right.
So he had to do his business.
Hey man, dogs don't wait for your timing. It's all about the dog. And they're almost as bad as kids. Kids want you to do it right now, Daddy, right now. All right, if you could flip it the other way. It's Fred, I'm guessing. Oh, there he is. Perfection. All right, sound off. I met Orvada first, and that's... Give a sound off, Orvada, since you were the first one that I actually got on the screen. Let's get on this What Makes You Famous podcast.
Doing?
With Pain.
Singer guitar player for Pain Was Left For Me.
Very good. Tell me a little bit more. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Ohio. I was born and raised in Ohio, a little small German town outside of Toledo. But I've been living in Knoxville for the last probably 22 years.
Dang, all right. And then Keith, you were actually the first person that contacted me from the band Pain Was Left For Me. Give a sound off about who you are.
My name is Keith. I play drums for Pain Was Left For Me. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee, and I've been playing drums for about 17 years now.
Dang. And then last but not least, the man who's looks like he's pushing his muscles out there, man. Got the sleeveless shirt on, looking real metal, looking fantastic. That's
strong.
No, that's Beta.
I like it. I'm guessing it's Fred.
I'm Knoxville. Been here for all my life. Hooked up with these guys about 6 months ago. They need a bass player. Looks like I'm the man. We're making some good music together. So that's about that.
That's fan-bloody-tastic. All right, Pain Was Left For Me. And we can go round robin. You can keep going where one will answer one question, the other one will answer the other question, and we just keep finding out more and more about how the band came to be. Pain Was Left for Me. I don't do a lot of research on these things because I want them to unfold in real time, as if you were going for a job interview or meeting up with a friend or learning about yourselves. But whoever wants to be the spokesman for the band, hey, I saw some of your YouTubes and you rock. But who is the front man? Who's the lead singer? I guess that's the guy who's stuck out in the front. You might as well be the first person to talk.
That's me. I'm Orvada Tremayne on Facebook. Yeah, that's me. I'm the front man, guitar player, singer-songwriter. I come up with the material out of emotions, same old.
Yeah, since we're here primarily talking about Pain Was Left for Me, and I got to thank 434 Management for putting this together. I had Derek on the podcast, and he's fantastic. I haven't had Paul Crosby on the podcast yet, but from what I understand, he's a good dude too. But I'm glad that they got us together. My life has been promoting other people. I've been on the radio since '86, so where I'm from. And mostly when you're on the radio, you make a couple of bucks, but mostly it's promoting other people, whether it be commercials or bands that are coming into town. You get on the radio and you learn a little bit more about them and where the show is going to be and how do I get involved. So, all right. I got Orvada, a little bit about you, but Keith.
Orvada.
And here I am, half Cuban. I'm Espanol. Orvada. Do you have any Spanish blood in you at all?
Nah, no Spanish.
Well, how did the Orvada come about?
My mom pulled it out of her ass. I wasn't even named until I was born. Like when they brought the baby in, from what my mom told me, she named me then.
Well, I think that's what Native Americans do. At least that's the legend and everything that I've read in history, is they don't name the kid until they're of a certain age and they've done something, and they go, "Oh, look, he just pointed at that bird." Or I'm going to call him Pointing Bird. That's pretty Native American. That's pretty traditional. All right, let's go with Keith. Find out a little bit more about you, man. Lay it down for us.
I play drums and do most of the social media networking and stuff. I just have more free time to do it, I guess.
Well, I mean, since you're
computer savvy.
Yeah, since you mentioned the social media, we'll do that right off the bat, man. That way people can figure out where to find you. Go ahead, Keith. Lay it on us. Where do we find more about Pain Was Left for Me?
You can find it on our Facebook in our biography section. You can search for us on YouTube, Google, Twitter, Instagram, everything. Spotify. Yeah.
Yeah, it was only a hop, skip, and a jump from the Facebook page to take you to the merch table. And let me tell you, if people listening right now, if they want to support you, the merch is one way to go. If you can't make it to a show, buy some merch. I mean, it's one of these drop shipping type things where you may make $1 every time somebody buys a pair of underwear or a T-shirt or something. But hey, at least you're making something and you're getting your name out there. So that's one way that people can sponsor you. So let's talk to Fred a little bit. Fred, the quiet man, the tough looking dude. Man, I wouldn't want to. Have you ever been a bouncer? Because man, I wouldn't want to meet up with you.
No, I was a doorman once at a bar called Uncle Sam's, but no, I was. I let the big guys take care of that. I'm a little feller. I let them take care of that.
Dude, if you're the runt of the litter, I don't want to meet up with your family, bro. You're huge, man. Those arms are. If you make those double guns, you're gonna knock me right off the video, man.
It's all good. It's all good. No, I just play bass, man. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, but has bass been the thing that you played the whole time, or all the bassists that I've met up with? Yeah,
I played back in the '90s. Like I'm the old man of the band, I guess you could say. But I played a couple of bands back in the '90s. Then I got out of music, and then about 3 years ago, some things happened where I've got a lot of free time now. So, I said, well, I'm going to start learning bass again, and started learning again. I've actually got a cover band that I play in also, but heard these guys need the bass player and hooked up with them. And I love rock and roll. That's my, that's where I'm from. That's what I grew up on. But I can learn through, for however many songs in a night. But it's like taking me. I've learned 8 songs in 8 weeks. When we first started, and it's taken me actually a week to get these songs down. And they really challenged me. That's all I can say. That it's really been it's been cool. It's been cool because it really challenged me. The music that these guys have put together, they've been doing it for a minute. And I think they've been looking for me, somebody like me. And I went into the studio last week, I believe it was, and did my first actual studio recording with them, which is going to be released soon. And from what I've heard, it's really, really sounded good. The guy made me sound real good. Chris Lamb at Real Knoxville Music really did a great job from what I'm hearing. I can't wait to hear it. But that's pretty much it. I've just been. How long have I been with y'all? 3 months. We hadn't even did a show yet. We've not done a live show, and that's what I'm looking forward to. We're going to Toledo in August 7th.
Yeah,
for our first show, so that's really going to be cool. I'm really looking forward to that. It's really going to be awesome to get this music that I've been really consumed with for a while out there.
Well, Fred, I'm glad that you're giving credit where credit is due, because that is what we do, man. We can't do it all by ourselves. We have to have some help. And from what I'm understanding, just talking to you for those, it's been barely 10 minutes that we've been chit-chatting, and I can tell that you're 3 individual people with different ideas and different styles. And, maybe it's all some kind of rock and roll, maybe somewhere in the heavy metal, but there's all different kinds of styles. I can tell that Keith is probably the nerd that's, always on the computer. Can't get him off a computer. Can't do it.
Him,
won't do it. And then Orvada is the creator. The guy that wants to make the songs. Maybe he's a poet, from a long time ago. And then I got Fred. I can tell you're the man. You're the piece that was missing from the crew. You talk very highly of them, and you've only been with them for 3 or 4 months. When you said 3, I think Keith held up a 4. And he said, no, it's 4.
Yeah, he's been with us about 4 months.
Yeah.
almost 5.
Yeah, he's actually working out. I challenge him.
One night I was getting ready to swing my bass and just fly it out in Orvada's backyard. I was done.
That's
done.
Funny.
I was never going to get it, but I got it.
Yes, he did.
All right. It's been trials, and we've had our trials, but, man, when this stuff hits, it's going to hit.
Fred, I
do believe so.
Yeah, Fred,
we're getting ready to release like 4 new songs pretty soon here. As soon as they get the engineer gets on his job, and we can actually send it to New York to be mastered. But it's going to be soon here.
Oh, so you got a lot of people involved. It's not just the people that are local. You're sending them off.
Yeah, like we've networked, because me and Keith about 4 years ago went to New York. We met up with a bunch of guys at Westfall Studios. Shout out to them, Billy and Anthony. There's some great guys that work out in New York. We went up there and cut. Was it a 4-song EP, Keith?
Yeah. Yeah,
we did 4 songs up there with those guys, and I just like working with them. Keith liked working with them. They love us, so they was like, well, yeah, next time you guys want something done, just send it back to us, and we'll take care of you. So we've been friends since the day that we went up there, and we actually, message each other, see how each other's doing and stuff like that. It's not just a business arrangement. It's actually a friendship that we actually developed with these guys. So if anybody wants something recorded or mastered, Westfall Studios, look them up.
And that's in Knoxville, Tennessee, or New York?
Oh, that's in New York. That's in Long Island.
Long Island.
Yeah, we went to Long Island and did that.
Well, how did the band get together? When was that? Was it 5 years ago? Because I'm looking on YouTube, and it looks like everything started about 5 years ago. But how did it come to be?
oh my God, I'm just fresh out of high school. And me and Veda get together. I was in another band, and my dad actually told me that Veda was looking for another band, and we needed another guitar player.
By the way, his dad rocks. Chuck Walker, he rocks.
Chuck Walker, that's so funny.
But yeah, shortly after my mom passed away, and we lost like 4 or 5 members just out of lineup change, and 2 members have actually died. So we stayed a 2-piece for like 2 or 3 years, and then found Fred.
That's a lot of pain, Keith, man. You had people dropping like flies just after high school, and your mom. I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy, up and down.
Yeah, and
but that was 2000. That was the end of 2013, the beginning of 2014, and we did a little. I guess a couple of rough demos locally. And we finally got one to be able to get up on YouTube. It wasn't mastered or anything. That's the Inquiry with God EP. And Westfall found that in the middle of us changing our name from that old EP to what it is now.
What was the old EP's name?
There.
What was the old EP's name? So people could find that too and kind of get a gauge on where you came from and where you are now.
Inquiry with God.
Inquiry.
Yeah, that's what we used to be called.
Okay.
And we kept getting confused as a Christian band, and nothing against it or anything. We're just not a Christian band.
No, I get it. And that would limit you a bit. I've spoken to some Christian bands here on the podcast, and it does limit you. I've had some that rock almost as hard as you, and I think the only difference between you and a Christian band is they throw Jesus in there every once in a while. They'll Jesus. Same with a Christian hip hop. It's the same thing. Whatever happens, whatever may come, Jesus.
Man, Veda does have a message in all of his lyrics for sure.
Okay,
thank you,
Veda. Let's go there. Let's talk about the messages that you've been doing. When did the songwriting
when I write
start?
Songs, it's a lot of times it's based around my emotions, but then there's worldly issues that I cannot stand that people hide behind. You know what I mean? And it's like, what the hell? It's like, people want to sit and make statements and stuff like that, but then really the world is really kind of really fucked up. You know what I mean? So it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Well, does it get political? Does it get social? Where would those songs come from in your heart?
Well,
tell him what GOD stands for. The GOD.
GOD stands for Galaxy Observation Device.
And that would be about what?
Well, because what it's about is that people, when you think of God, I think it's the device that was created, through the galaxy for people to, I guess, stay in line. They put people in check over that, and I'm not knocking people that want to follow religion or anything, but I question a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's something that needs to be questioned because, if religion, people should be able to pull together as a whole versus having it so separate. You know what I'm saying?
No, you should be questioning everything. I was born into a Catholic family myself. And then I went, through the years, I've, questioned my Catholicism. Every time I asked a priest something, he says that he couldn't answer. He'd say, oh, it's a mystery. Okay, no answers there. So I go off on my search. I dated a Jewish girl, so I went to synagogue. I dated a Jehovah's Witness girl, so I went to Kingdom Hall. I dated a Baptist girl, so I went to the Baptist church, Southern, Black Baptist, all kinds, just to try to find my way. Yeah, I've, had relations with a Muslim girl. So I went to, learned about her. I never went to a mosque, but I did learn a little bit from her. But, we're always in a quest, in a search. And you, being the creator that you are, you get to put it down on paper and make it into a song. So give me some of the songs and the meanings behind some of the songs that you've done.
Well, Beauty of the Curse is a song that we have, and it's like, I guess it's based around a sense of who I am, because like when I was growing up, the way my parents treated me is kind of shitty. So I always felt like I was cursed. You know what I mean? And then I didn't consider my life being beautiful, and I felt like, well, if my life is beautiful, I had to be represented as a rose with thorns, because, I always got the crappy end of things. You know what I mean? So that was kind of the point to that song. And then we have the song Makes Me Strong, which you look into your friendships with people, developing those. And sometimes your friends make you better people in this world. So I wrote that around that. And then there's the song Wings That Won't Fly, which is not released yet, but it seems like sometimes, like if we have angel wings and we're destined to fly and become the bigger image of ourselves, that people sometimes want to shove you off and direct you toward the sun to where your wings will burn off. You know what I mean?
I get it, man. It sounds like there's a lot of depth. So a lot of people listen to music and they get what they get from them. Like if they looked at a piece of artwork, you interpret it the way that you feel, and people are going to listen to your music and they might hear, the hardcore guitar, driven, the hard drums, pow, 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 the bass rhythm, pow, pow. And they may not even listen to the words. I mean, have you had anybody come to you as a band and say, oh, that song really touched me? It really, it resonated. Yeah. I got that feeling that you got, and then you realized that you were kind of in a kinship there.
Yeah. Because Keith, didn't somebody tell you that it was on their Spotify that one of their morning songs that they listen to when they start the day is "Speak to Me"?
Yeah, that was actually a guy on Instagram that did that.
Right.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Hey, Fred, what's your last name?
Oaks. Oaks.
Oaks. Very good. Strong as an oak tree.
Yeah, this is going to be really good. I'm really looking forward to getting this music on the road out there to the masses.
Now,
yeah, which we're getting ready to go to Toledo and play here in a month.
It's going to be real good.
Now you've been working as a band for at least since the last 5 years. What kind of gigs were you getting into? How long did it take for you to practice enough to where you felt you could take it on the road? And when you took it on the road, when did you say?
Go ahead and answer that, Keith.
Go ahead.
All right. So one of the first singers that we had, joined like a week before my mother passed away, got us a show booked at the Open Chord, which is a local show here. I mean, a local venue in Tennessee. And it like, I don't know. We had only really been practicing together for a month at this point. And the vocalist got us this show 2 days later, quit the band, and then we had the show 3 days after that.
Okay.
And you worked it as a two-piece, or you worked it as
it was Veda on vocals, my friend Andrew, and Marshall on guitar. We had 3 guitars going and a bass player.
So Veda originally wasn't a vocalist?
No, Veda was not originally supposed to be the vocalist. We had a whole different idea set up musically, and then one guitar player had to quit because he's in the military. One guitar player died. One guitar player got kicked out. We kept the bass player and stayed a 3-piece for a while. He ended up actually bowing out pretty much.
Yeah.
We picked up a female guitar player, Kaylee. We worked with her for about a month, and then she died in a car crash on the way home.
About 3 months.
It's not been good.
That is a sad story,
like, we've
man.
had our ups and downs. Like he said, like I wasn't originally when I first joined with Keith because of his dad. His dad actually linked us up, but I've known Keith since he was little. Like I've known Keith forever, but since his dad hooked us up, like I just wanted to join the band and play guitar at first, and then we couldn't get anybody to be dedicated to what we were doing. So, like he said, the singers that we had, they flaked out. We've had a couple people come from a town or two over, and they were flakes. And it was just like, well, I guess I might have to go ahead and brush up on my skills and start playing and singing. So Keith has made me a better musician by far. I can give him credit to that, because before I was just kind of doing my thing, but ever since me and Keith been jamming, like, we've been pushing each other to be better musicians.
Well, is singing something that you've done in the past, Veda?
Yes, I've always been a frontman for the most part. I used to sing a lot ever since I was younger, and I did the classic rock thing for a lot of bands back when I used to live in Ohio and stuff. But then, like, when I started doing my own thing, it took some time, because I had to teach myself how to play guitar, because and that's the only reason why I actually taught myself how to play guitar about maybe 17 years ago or so. Like, and I just started playing, and all of a sudden I started writing, and then it all started making sense. And I was like, well, shit, let me continue with this. But then getting with Keith, he brought the raw side out of me.
Well, how did everybody end up in Knoxville, Tennessee? You're all from someplace else, right?
Well, Keith and Fred was here, and I lived around the corner from Keith's dad, because Keith's dad lived around the corner
in Ohio.
Me when I used to live, no, not in Ohio, here in Knoxville.
As a side note, I actually jammed with Keith's dad, Chuck Chandler, about 30 years ago.
What?
Yeah, just as a jam, we, like I said, I played back in the 90s. This was like 91, so that's about 30 years ago.
Talking about spiritual things and the whole universe coming together.
I've actually jammed with his dad a couple of times.
Yeah, our band come around full circle. It's kind of weird.
There's a lot of weird things. Us three guys. It's not good what's happened in the past with these guys, but it's not going to happen no more. We're straight to the top.
Yeah, we're not doing the Spinal Tap thing where, what was it, the drummer? Did you watch Spinal Tap?
All or nothing.
Every time they got a new drummer?
Yeah. This is my last go-around. So, all out. I don't have nothing else. I work a little bit, but that's it. This is it.
That's a fantastic story, man. Now, Keith Candler, I need to know more about your dad, Chuck. Come on. What did Chuck teach you? And what was Chuck up into 30 years ago? What was he in bands too? Or?
Yeah. He was in bands. He's always played music all my life. He's actually a drummer, and that's how I actually picked it up. He's always had a big, huge red drum set, and
he's actually talking about, we've seen him tonight. He stopped by and he's talking about getting a new kit. Maybe you can get his hand-me-down.
Oh God, I've already had it once. I'm the reason why it is how it is now. That's my fault.
Wait a minute. So all right, Dad's a drummer. It's definitely in the blood.
Chuck plays left-handed.
Yeah,
so
I play left-handed too.
Oh, you play left-handed too?
Yeah, Keith plays left-handed, but he's a right-handed person.
You did that because he didn't want to keep changing the kit around, right?
Right.
And I didn't know how to change the kit over, so I literally just picked up a pair of drumsticks and started playing.
Okay, I'm not much of a drummer. I've seen a drum set. I've sat at a drum set. I know that the snare is usually on your left, and the tom-toms are usually on your right. But in a left-handed, it would be opposite?
Yes.
And you just came to that. You were watching your dad, and you emulated your dad. Now, does that affect you ambidextrously in other respects? Can you write left-handed and write, and throw a ball left and right?
He's got a great time. He's one of, I've jammed with a few people and few good and few not, whatever. But Keith man. His timing is dead on.
See, that is an interesting aspect of who you are. My brother was left-handed. Yeah, my brother.
I don't hear him. No glitches, no little glitches here and there. There's like a metronome.
Well, you just did the opposite.
Tell him how it is, Keith.
No, my brother was left-handed, and in a right-handed world, they make you do everything right-handed. But you went the opposite way. So tell us how it is.
Well, I guess the only reason I have somewhat of an idea of being ambidextrous is because I broke my right arm when I was like 5. And then I guess that was like 6 months I was in a cast and I had to use my left hand in kindergarten. But no, yeah, I've just always watched my dad as a kid playing drums, and like I said, I picked up a pair of drumsticks and I just went right at it. And I never even tried to learn how to play right-handed. Actually playing right-handed, like I go to the Guitar Center or something like that, and all of their kits are set up right-handed.
Yeah.
It almost sounds beginner. Like it's very hard to like flip that around after doing it for like 17, 18 years, just completely left-handed.
That's amazing. And it becomes like second nature when you're playing the drums. And do you use a double bass, or is it a single bass with the snare?
Oh, yeah.
Double bass.
Double bass.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that's what a metal band has to have, is that boom, 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 boom. And then the rhythm section. Yes, the guitar gives those riffs, but the rhythm section is where it's at. Almost every band, it's the bass and the drums that make it. But then you're doing double duty, or Veda, with the lead guitar. You're doing the rhythm and the lead, like riffs and stuff.
Yeah, I don't play a lot of lead, but I do in some of our songs, because I'm more about the progressive riffs that I write. Because some of our stuff is very complicated, which we haven't got into, because we actually been recording some of our milder songs. I'll just say that, because there's a lot of songs that we got a couple songs that's like 8 minutes long. You know what I mean? And the progression changes so much to where you ain't even got time to try to create a lead for it, because it's just so crazy for what we do, and it might take away from it. You know what I mean?
Now, does everybody read music and can write music and classically trained? What's the training on Fred? What kind of training did you have? And I'm guessing you say you're the old man. I'm 52 years old. Are you older than me?
School of Hard Knocks, and a lot of it, and the way I learned, a lot of it is just off the cuff improvising and confidence. If you know your instrument and know how to play, and the confidence.
Play by ear. Let's just keep it real.
I play by ear. I mean, I can't read. No, I can't read music, but I can read just enough where it don't hurt my other playing.
I'm jealous of you guys, man.
All Chet Atkins said that one time. He said he can read just enough where it doesn't hurt his playing. So.
Chet Atkins was a master, and anybody out there that's listening and you've never heard of Chet Atkins, I encourage you, check out some YouTube, some Spotify's, and find some Chet Atkins and listen to that master noodle on his guitar. Oh my goodness!
But mostly with the trouble I had learning their songs, or the trouble I had learning our songs. Was this is a timing. It's not most of it is not 4/4 timing. The standard rock and roll, it's not 4/4. It's just a lot. It's the timing, but but it has a groove. It has a groove, and it's some cool stuff. And
I just play on a different rhythm.
All right. If Veda, go ahead, Kate.
Once I got the music under me, it's really fun to play, and it's really going to be when we start playing live. It's really going to be something. I'm really looking forward to it. Really, really psyched about that.
Well, people, we're catching you in the rebuilding year. This is the time when you're actually setting everything together, and you're ready to get out there on the road. You by the time that show comes up, you're going to have it all tight and all together. But Veda, you're writing the songs, and are you writing on your guitar, and then you're bringing it to the band to kind of get it all worked out? What kind of input do the other two members of the band have for those songs?
They just flip me off a lot.
I've learned 8 or 9 songs here, the first 8 or 9, and sure enough, Veda said he's not going to teach me the easy ones. He's going to teach me the hard ones, and sure damn enough, he did.
Well, the way it works, really, to be honest, is that
there's certain points where I put my flavor into the song.
Yeah, because I can just give them the foundation.
Want me to play, but there's some places where I get to do my thing. So it's all good.
Yeah.
Well,
because I lay down the foundation, and that's basically what I can do. And if, like, even with Keith, sometimes we write drum patterns together, and and then he does his own thing, and then we try to, get a basic foundation, and then I turn him loose. I'm like, look, let me just show you the foundation to it. Then you build the house on top of it. You know what I mean?
Well,
and
Keith,
that's what basically we've been doing.
Well, Keith, tell me about the flip him off part. When he comes at you and he says, "I need this," and you said, "There's no way I'm going to be able to play that. That you need to be a superhuman with 3 arms to play that." Has that ever happened?
Shit. Here, hold on for a second. This tree just fucking fell in the parking lot, and dude,
that's good podcasting right there.
I told you.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Disasters are happening once again in the pain was left for me. No.
Oh my God. Like, serious. Like, I'm going to be blocked into this damn fucking apartment complex that I don't even live in. Here, hold on for 1 second. Hey, a tree fell and blocked the whole parking lot, dude. There's no way I'm going to be able to get out.
All right. That's
bring the chainsaw with you.
Okay, I'm here.
What, you don't have a chain? That's right, Fred. You don't have a chainsaw in your trunk?
See where he lives? He lives on this little road. There's trees. He was like, the first time I went out there, he's like, watch out, there's trees falling all the time. Watch out for brush and stuff. And sure enough, there's, it's trees. He lives up on this hill. It's crazy. But I'm surprised he doesn't have a chainsaw with him.
All right, Fred, you're leading me to believe that you're the most country or the most self-sufficient of the band. Would you consider?
You can hear it in his voice, can't you?
No, but if somebody dropped you out in the middle of the wilderness, you could probably get out alive, right?
No, I'm probably the most country. Like, to be honest, because I actually live in the country. These guys live in the city. Like, I live on like 3.5 acres in the middle of nowhere, but still close to town.
Yeah, I just moved myself out to 3 acres. Place. Yeah, I just moved out to 3 acres from the city. The only problem with that is there's no Wi-Fi. So I had to rent an office in Conway, Arkansas, so I could have Wi-Fi, so I can do my little podcasting and do my little streaming and my little game streaming. Now, I noticed that, Keith, you have a nice pair of headset mic. What else do you use those for?
Play online. Whenever I do have some off time, I do like to play video games.
Me too. I'm in Fortnite. I know, it's a baby game. I've been playing Fortnite every day for the past 6 months, man, or so, since September. I know. What are you playing?
Genshin Impact, Star Wars Old Republic, and Ark. Oh, yeah, and Dark Souls.
See, I've had some of those loaded up, and I got Marvel's Avengers loaded up. Do you stream as well on Twitch and Facebook?
Sometimes. I work 7 days a week, literally work 7 days a week, and it's really hard to get that type of motivation even going. So there are sometimes, if you go onto our YouTube, there are some videos of me and my friends playing some Bloodborne.
It's occasional that I'll go on YouTube, but I'm on Twitch almost on the daily and Facebook gaming. Like this morning, I only did 20 minutes before my day job. So if all I had was 20 minutes, I put it out there online. Hey, who knows? Maybe you make a couple bucks doing that, but I mostly do it for fun. I need to get out of Fortnite, though, because I'm sucked into Fortnite. I love it so much. It sucks you in. And I never played video games. My wife and my kid, they both have Switches, and they left me in the lurch. So it was either beat them or join them.
Sorry about that.
Nah, what are you sorry about? That's your baby. All right. It looks like Fred has left for a minute to go tend to his child, his furry baby. And we're left with Veda kind of looking off into the distance, wondering if he's ever going to make it home out of Tree Central. Who could have moved that tree?
It just fell and blocked the whole way out.
Well, the people that are watching the video, go ahead and show us a little bit of the video.
Sorry I had company.
Okay, well, let me walk down here, though. Hold on for a second. You just have to bear with me.
Yeah, people in the audio version of this are going to go, what? I need to check out the video on YouTube. Yeah, I'll do it. So, Keith, how long have you been playing drums since you were a baby, I'm guessing? As soon as you could sit on your dad's stool, you've been playing drums, right?
I've been playing since I was like 9 or 10.
And Dad, I'm guessing, did he encourage that, or did he say, no, go learn your reading, writing, and arithmetic? You don't want to be a drummer, or did he encourage it?
Well, he always told me not to depend on music to pay the bills, but he never discouraged me from playing. I mean, he bought me my first drum set when I was 12.
Well, I guess he played that joke on himself. Usually you buy a drum set.
Can you see?
Usually you buy a drum set for the kids that have parents you don't like.
Can you guys see the tree?
All right, if we're on the video, man, is that blocking the whole street?
Dude, it's blocking the whole street.
All right, you better go off road, man. You got the big tires on that car or what?
See, look, there ain't no way to go around it. Look, there's a dumpster, and then there's the sidewalk here with the post. There's no way around it.
Dude, you are stuck.
Yeah, dude, I'm literally stuck.
There's no two ways out of that place. All right.
No, it's got a little cul-de-sac, and that's it. I don't think, there's going to be probably no way I can get through here.
All right. Well, I guess you live there now, and congratulations on the move.
Well, it's a good thing my cousin lives up here.
Veda has moved while he was on the podcast, and that's a first for the What Makes You Famous podcast. Is one of the members of the you have a new dwelling, a new house, and hopefully the guys can find you.
Well, I could probably end up calling my neighbor to come up here because he'll do it for me. He'll actually come over here with his chainsaw, and I know he'll come and cut this tree out of the way. At least I can leave.
Wow. All right. It's good to know people.
No, you got to build good bridges, dude. And that's one thing I do have is good bridges.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about religion before, and the only good thing that I liked about the religion was the fellowship. You know, you got to meet some people that were pretty nice, and then you had the old biddies that were judgmental. Hey, you shouldn't be going to that movie. That's terrible. You shouldn't be listening to that music. Oh, that's terrible. You're going straight to hell for that one. You know, no.
Right.
Come on. You know, judge not. Let me do what I do. Let me do me. And you just do you, right? You know, but it's good that we have friends and people that we get along with. I just try to be a nice guy, you know, just try to be a nice person. Take care of yourself and then take care of somebody else. Now, I'm looking at Keith's camera, and he is gone.
Looks like a chicken with ass.
I got, man.
I don't know what he's doing.
There is so much action on this podcast.
There he is.
Oh, now he's upside down. That's great, man.
Yeah, sorry. I was having some technical difficulties there.
I'm sorry my dog was barking there. I just had a pain was left for me. Fan stopped by.
All right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fred, do you live alone, or is your dog, is that your child? Is that the only people you live with?
My dog is my child, yeah.
Is that what you? Oh, okay. You do have some family there. Who's that gorgeous lady? Who's that hottie?
She likes him too. Anyway,
who's that pretty lady, Fred?
Was left for me.
I guess he can't hear me. Oh well. Who's that pretty lady, Fred?
Oh, that's my friend Pam.
Oh,
she
nice.
just knocked on the door. That's why my dog was barking. She came by to visit.
I'm one of those old biddies.
She's one of the old biddies you were just talking about.
Very good.
Biddy.
Very good. Thou shalt not. Yeah, I remember in Catholic at school, it was stand, sit, kneel, stand, sit, kneel.
She comes to all my shows, so there you go.
Fantastic. Well, she's your Penny Lane, your groupie.
No, she's just a friend.
What do they call
She
it?
said, "Ow."
In Almost Famous, they called them Band-Aids.
She loves that bass, loves that bass.
All about that bass, man. And you got to listen. When I'm listening to music, I'll turn up the bass. I want to hear those lows, man.
Of course, you got to feel it. You have to feel it.
Yeah. Well, when I'm DJing a show, and I'll probably play some of your music at the show on Friday, and people will go, "Who is that?" And I'll go, "Oh, that was was left for me." That's what I like to do. As a DJ, our relationship with bands is that we have to break out new bands when we're playing at a club. Especially if I have autonomy, I get to pick the theme of the club, and usually these are
that's cool.
People between 30 and 50, maybe a little older, but the median range is between 30 and 50. But if I break out some of that heavy metal, that girl behind the bar, Tina, she is going to love it because she loves that heavy metal. So Friday night is going to be heavy metal at the Rab, Conway, Arkansas. You heard. All right. Okay, now I got Veda made his way back inside. He was on walkabout, checking out the yard.
Yeah.
I guess it's too hot out there, huh?
Yeah, well, I came in here to get me a glass.
Okay, I noticed you all got drinks in your hands. Fred had a drink. What's the drink of choice, Veda?
Oh, I'm drinking some brandy.
You're a fine girl, Brandy. Oh, and beer for you. And then
Yeah, I'm drinking brandy. I'm gonna have to walk next door and get me a phone charger and try to charge my phone.
Well, we're going to be off of this in the next 8 minutes.
The snooty beer. I drink my beer out of a can.
We'll probably wind this thing down in the next 8 minutes. No big deal, man. Keith Candler, what's your drink of choice?
Coca-Cola.
I'm a teetotaler myself. I had a half a beer one time and I passed out. So I'm no good at it, man. I was 21 years old in the fire department down in the Florida Keys, and they said, "Here, try this half a beer." We're playing quarters. I lose. I fall down. I fall asleep. I ended up spending the night there. So there you go.
Yeah, you guys are gonna hate me because I'm gonna have to hang up because I'm down to like a small percentage, and I'm gonna have to get a charger real quick. Hopefully, one of these neighbors got one.
Well, let's take this thing out, man. Let's go ahead and break this thing down. Most people know about you. They know how to get a hold of you. All the links will be in the show notes. No big deal.
Yeah.
I usually finish these things off with last words for the people, but I don't want this to be the last time that we talk. Whenever something new is coming up.
I mean, I'm always available. Look me up, Orvada Tremayne. I think I still got friends left to be taken on my Facebook.
Yeah, I already added all of you. So if you add me, I will post this up tonight or whatever, and tag you guys. But I'll put all the links in the show notes so people know how to get a hold of you. But last words for the people. This will be words to live by, something you heard a long time ago, or whatever pops into your head at this moment in time. And in no particular order, I'll go with Fred. Give me the last words for the people, and then I'll have some words from Keith, and then I'll have words from Veda, and then we'll close this thing up. So, Fred, last words for the people.
Pain was left for me. We're coming soon. We're going to rock you. It's going to be great. Live show, energy. It's going to be real good. If you get a chance, come see us. That's all I can say. We're putting us our all into this. Everything's all in.
All right, Fred Oakes, man. Now, Keith Candler, last words for the people.
Like Fred said, pain was left for me. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Purecore. Please buy our merch. It's how we pay bills.
Tell them the merch link.
It is teespring.com, and just in the search bar type in "pain was left for me" and it'll bring up all of our merch.
Yeah, or you could find that right on the YouTube as well. I mean, on the Facebook, right there. There's a link to it. All right, Orvada Tremayne, last words for the people. Take us home.
Hey, just like my two dudes say, man, we gonna come together as a 3-piece chicken dinner with the biscuits and all the sides. You know what I'm saying? We do our thing. You know, look, Pain was left for me up. If you ain't hip to us, look us up, man, because it's something that it's a little different. It's metal as fuck. It's soft as fuck. It's melodic as fuck. You know, people gonna fucking love it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody every show we've ever played, we don't disappoint a crowd. You know, even when me and Keith was just a 2-piece, and now that we done got a third member in here, it's like walking around with a big dick. You better watch out.
Well, there you have it, party people. The band that rocks. Pain was left for me. Ask for them by name. Find them on Facebook, YouTube. Google them. They like to be Googled. The members of the band are Orvada Tremayne, Keith Candler, and Fred Oakes. That is a tight trio right there. That is what you need to make a good foundation. You know, 2-piece is okay. I guess you could ride a bicycle. That's fine. But to make a good table or a chair or something with stability, you need at least 3 pieces. And that's proof right there. Orvada Tremayne, Keith Candler, Fred Oakes. Pain was left for me. Thank you so much for being on the What Makes You Famous podcast and telling a little bit about your story and goofing off with me. And tragedy strikes in the middle of the podcast. A tree falls down. And Orvada was there to hear it fall. I hope he gets out alive. I know I shouldn't joke about that. Man, there's so much pain in that band, but I know through pain comes creativity. I'm sorry that they had to go through that pain, but then they get to leave their mark and all the trials and tribulations that the experiences that life presents. A creator such as, you know, this band gets to put it down on paper and then ultimately record it and send it out to the world like little babies, you know, and then we get to enjoy it. All right. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. If you, yes, you, I'm turning my attention to you, would like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386, or email info@radiowhat.com. That's it for me. It's Keys Dan, radiowhat.com, djlittlerock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.